So here we are again, watch nerds. It's been a while since I've done a ranking video, because when I do a ranking video, it's the official one. You might see some other ranking videos floating around out there. Ignore them. You don't need them. This is the official one. On my authority, this is the official one. And today we're ranking every watch brand that my husband could think of last night to put on a list. These are in no particular order. Let's get it up on the screen now. So the first watch brand he's given me, and I think this is on purpose because it's my favorite watch brand, Cartier. Divine. Straight to the top. Divine. So many people try to relegate Cartier to being a jewelry brand that kind of dabbles into watches. That entire outlook infuriates me. Cartier created the first mass-sold men's wristwatch, the Cartier Santos, and they make some of the best watches available to buy right now. They have watches like the Cartier Tank. The Santos de Cartier is one of the best priced and most robust daily wears. They made a watch last year that's rotor is also the movement. It's insane. If you're writing off Cartier, you need to give your head a shake, bud. Oh my gosh, that's one of the most Canadian things I've said in a while, but I mean it, it's true. Cartier, divine. Next we have Panerai. So Panerai isn't my wheelhouse as much as I'm sized out of almost all their watches. But I love the design language. They're just so themselves. It never feels like Panerai is trying to copy someone else's homework, but their marketing team does them zero favors. Meh. Paneristes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you, and I'm willing for my mind to be changed. Okay, Grand Seiko and Watch Poppy's trying to get me in trouble. Two groups of enthusiasts you don't want to mess with. Omega fanboys and Grand Seiko fanboys. I really like the idea of being someone who's into Grand Seiko. They've always been at the forefront of innovation with Seiko and Quartz and Grand Seiko and the Spring Drive, which I respect beyond measure. But I've never been tempted enough to buy. So really very good is where I'm putting you. Okay, IWC. And that has me in two minds, but I think I need to get more ruthless and honest with my thoughts here. When we think of IWC, our brains can instantly rush to big pilot watches and then maybe the new overpriced Ingenieur. But you've got the Grand Complication 3770 or the Da Vinci Perpetual Calendar. And the Da Vinci's are highway robbery right now on Chrono 24. So you know what, IWC? Quite good. I don't care what anyone says. Hublot. Well, thank God. I was worried this list was going to get too nice and fluffy. Hublot represents almost everything I hate. They're garish, loud, they tart up ETA movements and call it something else. Although, to be fair, IWC... Hublot does, however, have some redeeming aspects like their innovations in ceramic and sapphire, and they started this whole rubber strap watch trend. But we're still going to cast it straight to hell. Speaking of tarting up ETA movements and selling them as in-house, we have Tag Heuer! Tag, I have been trying so hard with you. I have been a fierce defender. I believe you have such a unique opportunity to be great. You've got brand power, heritage, and you squander it. Into the don't like category. I'm sorry, Tag. I want this to be different. Trying to get me into trouble. Rolex, indisputably divine. I know not everyone likes them. I understand the things that rub people wrong about Rolex. I get it. But they're indisputably the best. It's like Muhammad Ali is the best boxer in all of history. It doesn't matter if you personally like him or not, or if you personally cheered for him or not. It's just indisputably true. In 2022 alone, Rolex sold over 1 million watches and was the highest grossing Swiss watch company. Why I'm still on so many of the waiting lists, I don't know, but I freaking love Rolex, the build quality, the way they finish their stainless steel, their proportions, and the way they pay attention to their women's watches and smaller watches. Absolutely no quartz in the modern catalog. Divine. Lange and Sohne, a brand I famously have a soft spot for, high-end watchmaking, divine finishing. Not immune to a price hike either, though, but you're really very good. Okay, next we have Omega. Omega has been on the rise in my heart. I freaking love them. They're not a second choice to Rolex. They can stand alone. Excellent watchmaking, but I do have a few little gripes and niggles that will keep them out of the divine class for me, out of the deity class. Their watches are often too thick, and their bracelets need to up their game. But really very good. Tudor, yes! One of my favorites, the watch I'm wearing right now. Tudor, I hardly know her. But for real, I don't think we give Tudor enough credit for how far they've come in such a short amount of time. The brand was relaunched in 2009, so not even 15 years, and they're already the brand that I'm most excited for at Watches and Wonders. Really very good. Audemars Piguet, AP. I'm in a weird spot with AP right now. There are parts of their history and heritage that I love. But AP, as they are right now, beyond the Royal Oak, doesn't do much for me. We have the laughable Spider-Man watch. I don't mind the Code 1159, but I won't be racing out to buy one anytime soon. I just don't know what AP is anymore, so I'm gonna be feisty. People aren't gonna like this. But meh. I don't think they deliver Holy Trinity standards anymore. I'm gonna hear about this one in the comments. I can feel it. Oh! The perfect brand to contrast against Audemars. Vacheron Constantin. Divine. Vacheron has been on a roll with the Overseas, the more sporty offering of the brand. One of the watches I was the most excited about at Watches and Wonders this year was the 34.5mm self-winding Overseas, but they're not a one-watch brand either. My personal favorite is the Historique American 1921, the Triple Calendar, Corne de Vache, Historique 222, Patrimony, and even a watch like the 56, self-winding in stainless steel. These retail for £12,200. You can enter the Holy Trinity for almost the same price as the IWC Ingenieur. It's insane. Divine. Jaeger-LeCoultre, another brand I'm having complicated feelings about. The watchmaker's watchmaker. But the recent price hikes have pushed some of their watches to prices I'm just not sure about. But JLC will always have a special place in my heart. I will own an Atmos and a Reverso one day. Really very good. That's fair. Laurent Ferrier. This is how you know James made this list, because he's been obsessing over Laurent Ferrier for a few years now. Now I feel like I could do an entire standalone video on Laurent Ferrier just as himself. He might be the most interesting man in the world.
I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I prefer Dos Equis.
The watchmaking is amazing. It's divine. They've ascended to another level. But talking about this feels really pie in the sky for me, because I know I'll never be able to afford one of their watches. But as a thing, as a watchmaker to appreciate, divine. Okay, a victim of the swatch group, Blancpain. This is a brand that you want to cheer for. But name a single Blancpain watch that isn't the 50 Fathoms. Don't Google it. You can't Google it right now. Just in your head right now. I love the 50 Fathoms. I love the Villeray. But as they are right now, it's got to be said, meh. But I want to move them up this list next time we do this. All right. This is how you know my husband made this list. Because how has Laurent Ferrier come up in his brain before Patek Philippe? Oh, I love the way James's mind works. Okay, it's indisputable, all time, forever. Patek, they're divine. 5711, overhyped for sure, but I like it. You know, whatever. They're a different tier of watchmaking. This is taking too long. Okay, final four, speed round. Let's go. Okay, Piaget, underrated, and I really hope that they make a comeback. Richemont, make it happen. Do something. But for now, meh, but potential for more, for sure. Zenith, quite good, but I'd ask for a discount at the AD. Teeming with history, beautiful watches. If you can see one in person, do it. For me, it's turned me from a I don't know person about Zenith to an absolute lover. Breitling, right now, they're still a meh for me. I'm just not excited about them yet, but I do have faith and optimism in George Kern. Okay, final brand, Longines, quite good. They will probably be really very good next time I do this, but they're still just quite good for me. Longines is going from strength to strength with the success of the Spirit and the Spirit Zulu time, the Hydra Conquest, and a watch I feel like we don't talk about enough, the Dolce Vita. My one complaint is that their catalog might almost be too large. I don't know. I think I'd streamline it and maybe build a stronger brand identity. You know, but I'm sure they know better than me. They hire real people to do this. But yeah, this is the official ranking every watches that James could think of last night at 11 p.m. tier list. Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? I don't know. Let me know in those comments down below. It will be strongly considered the next time I rank every watches very officially, the official list. And I do read the comments. I read and try to get back to almost all the comments that I can. Do all that stuff to feed the YouTube algorithm gods. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's thank the Pope tier patrons. Thank you. Thank you, Pope tier patrons. Ooh. Thank you, patrons.